gentleman who's a dear friend of mine. He's helped me immensely, and he's been a consultant to some of the biggest companies in the world. Here's a guy that started literally from nothing, but back in the early days of the web, he was already the guy that was, writing some of the first CD-ROM games, did some of the first Mac games that existed, went out and became the guy that set up all those initial websites for Sony and for Columbia TriStar and for Fox. The guy that's managed or helped some of the largest business in the world, 3M, Domino's Pizza. But he's also shown people how to get started from nothing. And I know that's what he's probably most proud of.
If you know that there's a next level for you and your business, and if you know that there's a creative upper limit that is calling you, but you're stuck in the day-to-day working in instead of on your business, you need to accelerate your superpower.
GPT-3, which is all the rage right now. It's the latest chatbot from OpenAI. ADD plus AI plus Adderall equals the ultimate capability amplifier. Prior to this, we didn't have the tools. We didn't have the time. It frees us from so many limitations because you can have it do an enormous amount of research quickly. This is a time machine for people who are curious and expansive-minded.
I think it's a great time to be alive and completely reinvent and rethink everything you do, mend the nets, compress the spring, and rethink who you are and what you want to be. And ask yourself, how many lost opportunities in time will you miss if you hesitate? And what happens to you while your competition takes action before you do? And I believe it's your turn. It's your time. Grow your business and turn your unique superpower into category of one brand.
Thank you, Tony Robbins. What a great guy. Again, my name is Mike Koenigs. I'm here today with my team. This is how to use AI to get attention, grow an audience, brand, and be profitable in a world of 3-second attention spans. Really, there's a lot more we're going to do beyond that. But the way I want to begin this, originally I recorded a video for you, but I want to demonstrate it a couple different ways. First of all, in text, something that would be immensely helpful is tell us A, B, or C. A being you are real new to AI, played around with it, are dabbling. B, you are using it in yourself, you're getting results, you're figuring out how to integrate. Or C, you're full on using it big time in your business and your life right now. And you've also integrated it with your teams. Okay, so I see a bunch of more A's than I expected. Fantastic. Thanks for being here. Thanks for taking the chance. I see quite a few C's as well. So a few of the in-betweens. Well, the way to get this rolling today, like I said, instead of playing a video, I'm actually going to speak something, tell you a few things about what to expect today. And that is what attracted you in the first place, which is we live in a world of 3-second attention spans. And what really matters for your business are traffic, leads, sales, offers, operations, and employees. And AI can supercharge all these, but really only if you use them strategically. Brad Costanzo is going to share something with you today that is a 5-bucket strategy about how to think about AI. If you are new to me and maybe you're here because of one of my partners, I'm the author of the USA Today and Amazon best-selling book, AI Accelerator for Entrepreneurs. Grew up in a small town in Eagle Lake, Minnesota. I've been doing technology now for 40 years. I started writing code and video games when I was a teenager, and I built and sold 5 companies. But what attracts me and interests me most is I just love working with founders and entrepreneurs. And I'm really excited about getting past the 3-second attention span, creating marketing and content, attracting better customers who pay you more, and increasing profits. So ultimately what this show is about today is helping you make more money with less effort. And as I mentioned, Brad is going to show you something called the bucket strategy, where AI can significantly impact your business. We have lots of case studies. And the framework Brad's showing you is come from working directly with thousands of business owners and helping them implement AI effectively. So very likely you might be saying to yourself, look, I don't have time to learn AI. My business is different. I'm not technical. But what I can tell you is the struggle with confusion and overwhelm is totally normal. But everyone we've worked with who's now using AI, they can do a month's worth of work in a day. I know that sounds like a big fat promise, but I'm going to prove it to you today. And the other big thing that I want you to know is my friend Peter Diamandis said, AI isn't going to replace you, but someone using AI will. So we're here to help you get ahead. But I believe right now, the cost of inaction of not using AI is massive. This is still early on in the game. There's lots of time to get caught up. And what we're going to share with you today is the same information that I've shared on Tony Robbins' stage with Peter Diamandis and Abundance 360, Dan Sullivan from Strategic Coach. My hardest audience of my life was 2 weeks ago. It was 7,000 high school kids. So when we're done, we're going to give you a concrete plan to transform your business with AI. So every moment counts. If you're ready to get rocking and rolling, say I am in. And I'm going to play something for you right now that I think you will find very fun. So earlier today, I see a lot of I am ins. Excellent, excellent. So I made something for you earlier, and this is a video where I actually recorded a version of that intro today with AI's help. And I don't speak Spanish, but check this out.
Vivimos en un mundo con una capacidad de atención de 3 segundos, y esto es lo que realmente importa para tu negocio: generación de tráfico, ofertas de ventas, operaciones y empleados.
I also don't speak Chinese, but
我们生活在一个3秒注意力的世界里，以下是对您的业务真正重要的内容：流量引导、销售优惠。
So that's a tool called HeyGen. And what I'm excited about this tool is right now, if you're communicating with or want to work with anyone worldwide. So for example, some of our team is located in Germany. Some of them are in Spain. My wife and I are getting second passports. My vision and my goal is to work with as many entrepreneurs internationally as possible. And it's possible now with technology like HeyGen. So literally you can just take any video, you can upload it in this tool, and it produces that result. Now, I think of AI as an amazing team member, and augmenting your teams with AI is where you create massive leverage. So there's 2 guys I want to give a big shout out to. Well, there's actually a whole group here. One of them is Joe Fear. There's Brad Costanzo. So Joe is our chief AI officer. Brad Costanzo is our chief innovation officer. These guys are geniuses. Without them and without a community of other AI people, I feel like I fall behind. So I think the first thing to realize, and if there's one big writer downer impactful thing to share with you, it's how important it is to surround yourself with a community of people doing this with you and be with other AI professionals. So Brad, Joe, appreciate you so much. Thanks for getting up so early, working your butts off on the presentation today.
Thanks, man.
And then also, I want you to meet Aaron Biblo. He's our director of client experience. He's here to answer any questions. So he may pull you aside. If you have any questions at any time, direct them towards Aaron before, during, and after this webinar. That's a barcode you can scan if you want to chat with him. And then also, I want to give a big shout out to Lori Hull, who's been with me for 16 years, putting up with my strong personality at times. Thank you again, as usual. And also to Teresa, who may or may not be on, who's in Malaga, Spain. There's more team members, but let's make this about you. Want to begin with a little story that just happened 2 weeks ago. So I want you to type in chat right now. Who or what's the hardest audience you've ever had to get the attention of, connect with, earn their trust, and sell to? Who is it? Who is it? Okay, cold market is what Karen says. That's pretty good. I'll bet you there's a colder market than that. Go ahead. CFOs is what Jeff Peck says. Business owners, CEOs, CXOs, all those are true. And one of the things that we're going to demonstrate for you a couple times is how you can build presentations that communicate directly to an audience like that. Ronald says decision makers, C-suites, okay? I'm going to demonstrate how to get the attention of and be able to communicate with an audience like that very, very quickly, step by step. But I'm going to tell you mine, my son, 21-year-old, okay? And my wife, we get along great, 23 years that we've been married, but communicating with kids is very, very difficult. And 2 weeks ago, I presented to an audience of 7,000 16 to 18-year-olds at an event run by a friend of mine named Richard Rossi. And I'm going to show you something right now that I did to connect with that audience and just show you a little proof of, and I'm going to show you how I did it as we go on in this presentation. But I just want to demonstrate this for you because I managed to connect with the audience, present something to them, and get 6,000 of them to hold up their phones because I wrote them a song with AI that took 30 seconds, okay? Now, why am I telling you this? Because we have to find a multimodal way to communicate and connect. Sometimes it's words, sometimes it's with videos, but here's a clip of the song that I played for him to get him excited.
Listen up, we got a room full of geeks and nerds, smart minds, bright eyes, we're gonna change the world with words. Every city represented from big and small towns, dreams bigger than the sky, we backing down. Parents in the crowd, yeah, they know what we mean. Silent audience supporting every single dream.
All right. And also part of the message was for my son, who's got, let's say, a unique brain like mine. He struggled at college, but he said, AI helped me overcome my ADHD by making study guides that communicated with me the way I understand and learn in a way I never had access before. I used AI to help me learn and retain better instead of using it to write for me. It made me smarter. That's when I was sold on AI. So I share that with you today because your struggle right now is how do you connect? How do you get attention? How do you reach a larger audience who sees who you are, understands your value, and is willing to pay you more for what you have to offer? And that is ultimately what Joe and Brad and I are going to share with you today. So here's a few more things on what to expect. Number one is how AI can be used quickly, easily in your business without overwhelm. Raise your hand if you're feeling a little bit of AI overwhelm, right? Some of our best AI tools to get your time back, and we're going to give you those links. How to create profitable marketing campaigns from scratch in 20 minutes. Okay, so know that part of our structure and our framework is we're going to demonstrate, we're going to show you our framework, we're going to give you examples, and then we're going to tie it all together with a bigger demonstration, okay? I also think the 5 secrets to becoming an AI pro, and then more importantly, how to get started today. I'm sure you expect this, but I just want you to know that as we move forward, we're here to give you as much value as you can, build relationship, build rapport with you. And of course, we've got training programs. We've got a whole course available that can help you use and implement AI that's been proven with folks just like you. So a few things about why are you here now? I know Brad is going to come in just a second, so get ready, Brad. I'm going to pass on control to you. Number one, you're curious, you're excited about what's possible. Number two, you want to avoid becoming obsolete, you or your business, and you want an unfair advantage. And AI can absolutely do that. And again, no matter where you are, if you're a total rank beginner, you're an intermediate or an advanced, there's something in here for you. So Brad, are you ready to take over the screen and
I'm ready.
Be the genius that you already are? Joe's going to dive in as well, but I'll let you share your screen and take over, my man.
Great. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen in 1 second. One little other piece about that I think is pertinent for, my background and why you're listening to me at this point. I'm not a technologist. I'm not a computer programmer, a full stack AI engineer who is going to talk to you about code and language models and all of that. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been a growth consultant for well over a decade, and I've helped companies in a number of industries, including my own companies, grow and, use marketing and business development and technology to achieve outcomes that we all want. So everything that I present and the lens that I look at this is from a business owner, a professional's point of view. I don't care as much about how it gets done. I care what gets done. And I care that the projects that we work on are prioritized as needle movers. I'm going to try to also simplify what is an incredibly fast growing and changing industry so that we're going to remove a little bit of the overwhelm. But I think it's important that you're not talking to a programmer here or listening to a programmer. So as I share my screen and then start up the old thing here, hopefully you guys can see my correct screen. All right. Does AI actually give you an advantage? Well, it is true that using AI to augment your workflow can turn you into, Tony Stark. It can give you into Iron Man. It can give you superhuman abilities. At the same time, if anyone has access to this technology and they all start using it, well, where is your advantage? Because it'd be an amazing thing if this was something only that, the people on this call could access and that everybody else had to do it the manual way. Well, that's not the way it is. It is here for everybody. But the only way that you can actually get an advantage is by doing what you're doing right now, investing your time and energy to learn how to think, type, and talk in AI. Now, in the past, learning a new technology could be extremely, what just happened there? There we go. In the past, learning a new technology can be extremely confusing if you're learning how to use computers back in the 80s, et cetera. But this technology speaks our language and it works on human terms. You only have to shift a little bit about how you think about this and what you do in order to get the results you want. And there is a cost of delaying AI, which is thinking about how much time do you spend on repetitive tasks throughout your day, the necessary evils of running a business or a profession. Every single hour spent on these processes is an hour that you can't get back. And if you think about it, like how many hours a week might you be wasting that are unnecessary right now because of the technology that's out there? And if you're like me, I mean, these things drain your creativity, they drain your passion, and after a while, it just drags you down. But ultimately, I don't want you to think of all the time and you'll gain and all the money you'll save. Instead, just think about how many missed opportunities, lost clients, and revenue it might be costing you to delay this. And not being able to work on what really matters, not leveraging your own genius. At the end of the day, the AI train, hope you like the way I did that, is unstoppable. It is coming. You just have to ask, am I a passenger or a conductor? Because every single one of us will be adopting AI in our business and life, and getting on board and learning how to drive it really gives you the advantage. And eventually it's going to be like using email, having a website. It's going to be absolutely everywhere. And that's when the masses are going to catch up to the people like us who are jumping on this train early. Now, anybody ever heard of Sam Altman? Sam Altman is the founder of OpenAI. And I'm going to see if I can play this little video for you. Hopefully it is taking the sound. If it's not one of Joe, like, let me know if you can't hear the sound, but.
See your friends, there's this thing.
I don't hear it. So if you want,
pretty quiet.
I'll play it for you. Oh, now it is.
Oh, could you, Joe, you heard it, right?
Try it.
Crank it up if you can, the audio.
I'm going to try to crank it up.
How about this? I'll play
it.
it for you, buddy. You got it?
I got it. No, I got
Okay.
it. Let me do this. Let me stop sharing. I think I may have needed to do
the audio sharing.
Share sound. That was the one thing I didn't do. Share. Turn off. Too many buttons.
Okay.
Hold on.
Here, I'll do it for you, buddy.
All right, now Zoom is giving me a whole bunch of stuff.
I got you. Here you go.
With my tech CEO friends, there's this betting pool for the first year that there's a one-person billion-dollar company, which would have been unimaginable without AI, and now will happen.
All right. I think the big takeaway that I have on that, and you go back and get ready to share your screen, Brad, is this is not about a technology war. There's opportunities right now to capture your IP, some of your unique genius, and just create massive leverage. And it happens a little bit at a time. But right now, my wife Vivian said something to me a few months ago that I also was talking to my friend Eben Pagan yesterday, who's a longtime internet marketing guy, really, really smart guy. And she said, finally, you have something that can keep up with your imagination. And what excites me most about AI is once you learn some of the core components, some of what we're about to share with you right now, you can create on the fly and innovate and iterate faster than you could possibly communicate and delegate to a partner or an employee or someone. So you can prototype and get to your first draft quickly. And I think that's a really important mentality is AI is the best first draft partner you'll ever have. So take it away, Brad. I'll let you continue on. Make sure you got your sharing working. Is it behaving again?
And yeah, and we're good. And we're gonna share a lot of cool things. But if you've played, a lot of the people here in the B and C category who've started to play with AI have probably witnessed the feeling of what it can feel like using AI. The expectation is I'll do the work of 100 humans. The reality is you end up seeing stuff that, look, AI doesn't sound like me. Which tool do I use for this? Do I still have to edit this thing? And a lot of people just go back and do it the old way. And if you felt like this, you're not alone. I feel like this, and I work in this stuff every single day, but it's not that challenging to overcome it. But what really matters in your business? The same exact things that happened before AI: attention, leads, sales, offers, operations, employee satisfaction, and efficiency. And AI can accelerate what's working now, and it can unleash productivity you've only dreamed of, but only if you get focused on how to use it as a tool and not a toy. There's a lot of novelty out there, but the goal is to say what projects are going to move the needle. Well, this is where Mike alluded to my 5-bucket framework for AI innovation. Look, AI helps you in 5 areas and 5 areas only. 1, thinking, creating, communicating, analyzing, and automating. I'm going to go through each of these in a little bit more detail. The reason you want to pay attention to this is to segregate all the other noise out and just go for the signal. So thinking, some examples, helps you brainstorm, research, come up with strategies, ideation. Some examples might be customer avatar research, course outlines if you're a coach or a course creator, doing a SWOT analysis. If you're not familiar with that, that's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and really strategically looking at your business and thinking about it, coming up with marketing plans and strategies, becoming a virtual board member. I've helped clients actually put in a lot of the goals and the constraints and the nature of their business, and then utilize things like a custom chat GPT to go to as a virtual board member to say, this is what we're thinking about doing. What do you think based on this? It'll give you some pretty great advice. There's so many more things you can do with thinking. The next step is creating. Now, creating is text, images, videos, audio. I think of the thinking bucket as all of the stuff that the public doesn't see. This is internal to you and your company. And then the creating is all the external stuff that people see. This could be content marketing, articles, SEO, sales copy, speech copy, writing books, creating videos, editing videos, creating video avatars of somebody who's speaking like you, podcasts. And there's a ton of what we call derivative content that comes from this as well. So I can upload a podcast and then have tools such as Cast Magic, which we may go over later, or Opus, which we will go over later, go in and grab one piece and then create 10 different pieces of content for that. Now, these 2 buckets are where 90% of people who are playing with AI live, but there's these other 3 buckets. Before I go to that, Mike, I think I want to hand it over to you because I know you had a couple of demonstrations about how you use creating in a really, unique and powerful way. So I'm going to hand it back to
sir.
you. Share screen.
Yep, I'll take it over. So first, the setup. Now, I love to present, and I love creating presentation decks and doing webinars and videos. And it's because I've been practicing it for a long time. But 2 weeks ago, when I had to present in front of 7,000 kids, I was terrified. I honest to God have no idea how to relate to them, what was going to resonate, how is going to get their attention, how is going to keep them motivated and excited. And all these kids were high schoolers who are at an event to learn more about how to position themselves to get into the college of their choice and go into medicine. Okay, so that's what my friend Richard Rossi did. So I'm going to show you how I grab their attention. And the reason I'm using a kid example first, because I'm going to show a business example second, is because if you can do it with kids and go into an audience blind with someone you don't know how to communicate well with, or don't believe you can, because I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, they're just going to be a bunch of haters. I had no idea what to expect. So what I did is, first of all, I put together and I used, this is just Dolly to create this graphic. And all I did is put in a prompt that says, I want you to create a billboard image that looks like a Marvel comic, and put on top, who wants AI superpowers? And it made this in 30 seconds. But here's how I made my presentation. And I'm going to show you step by step what I did. I'm going to give you the prompts, and then I'm going to end up doing it again a little bit later in this presentation so you get it. But here's the setup, is imagine you had to make a presentation in 2 hours or 24 hours to an audience you don't know much about. And you had to grab their attention, win their trust, and get them to want to buy something from you. So what I did ahead of time is I interviewed my friend Richard Rossi, and he told me who was in the audience, and I just interviewed him, and I recorded that with a tool called otter.ai, just a transcription tool. And then using this prompt that you see here, the prompt that I put into ChatGPT said, integrate all the best ideas and concepts from these notes and write a 1-minute script that is exciting and engaging for an audience of smart 15 to 18-year-old nerds who want to get into the best college, get a great job in the medical field, and create massive impact. The title is How to Use AI to Access Superpowers and Capabilities You Never Knew You Had to Change the World. That's how this got started. Now, I just put it into ChatGPT, and it literally, just like that, it wrote the script this quickly. Okay, so that's the first idea. This is ChatGPT 4.0, which is free now. You can pay a little extra, and it also gave me ideas on how to connect with this audience, which was pretty impressive. Now, I took just that copy and put it into a tool called invideo.ai. InVideo creates videos. So I grabbed the script it produced. I pressed this button, generate a video. Okay. And here's what it does. And this takes about 10 minutes. So it grabbed my content, my ideas, and it wrote a script. Okay. It helped me figure out who the audience is. And then it produced a video. It found royalty-free music and images and video, and it created a synthetic voiceover and produced a script. Okay. And by the way, just so you know this, that QR code, if you scan that, you'll be able to join in a WhatsApp group where we're going to give you the notes and the transcript from this webinar. So at any time you can scan that. That's why that's up, and I will put that up multiple times. And also my team will paste in a link into chat so you can get it. All right. So I press the generate button. Now in less than 10 minutes, this is the first draft of the video it produced. Now the question I have before I play it for you is, if you would have to figure out an audience, write a script, create a voiceover, find royalty-free music, then create images, have it edited together and put together, how much time would it take you? How much money would it cost you? And what are the chances that you could get a first draft like this? Okay, and this is the first draft. I didn't redo it. I didn't do anything extra to it. Here it is.
If your grades are top-notch, but you still feel like you're falling behind, it's time to supercharge your brain with AI magic. Hey there, future leaders. You're smart, ambitious, and ready to make a massive impact. But let's face it, being a 4.0 student just doesn't cut it anymore. What if I told you there's a secret weapon to make you stand out? It's AI. Imagine having geniuses whispering in your ear, helping you solve problems and create innovations. Picture this. You want to create a song? Use AI like Suno to make it happen instantly. Amazing, right? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. AI can help you design stunning graphics with DALL-E, write books, develop presentations, and even produce videos, all in a fraction of the time. It's not just about speed, it's about being unique, showing colleges what you've created, and how you've multiplied yourself with AI. You have the power to change the future of humanity, but you can't do it alone. This is a world of collaboration, not competition. Remember, the biggest sin is being boring. Use AI to make everything not only easier, but better. Embrace AI, unlock your superpowers, and let's change the world together.
What do you think? On a scale 1 to 10? On a scale 1 to 10, I see that. Okay, I'm seeing some 10s. Pretty impressive, right? Now that's a tool called InVideo.ai. I see 9 easy. Now, some people would be like, holy cow, that's terrifying. And I get it. All right. I get it. Some of these kids who busted their butts to be 4.0 students are looking at AI going, how am I going to stand out? How am I going to be unique and special? And what my answer is, and the message is, AI is a partner. It's a tool. A lot of people back in the early days of, lumberjacks looked at a chainsaw and said, that's cheating, and sawmills were cheating, just like cars were cheating from horses. It feels that way when there's a massive shift going on. I get it. But I'm going to take this to the next level. This is another tool. It's called Gamma. So here's what I did. I took the same notes that I had produced earlier. So this is the presentation, and I asked it to just take the notes that were generated by ChatGPT. I pasted it into this tool called Gamma.app. Gamma.app will create PowerPoint and Keynote presentations, okay? So I just described my audience, described what I wanted it to do. I picked a theme. I pressed the generate button, and this is happening in real time. It is writing and creating the PowerPoint presentation for my audience. It is synthesizing and creating pictures and images to go along with it. It is writing all the copy and the content in real time. Now, I showed the kids this through the lens of, imagine if you could use a tool like this to get into any college you wanted and stand out and communicate with a different audience, or maybe prototype and build a business. And of course, their minds were blown. And these are kids. Now, the next thing I did is I clicked on the present button, because you can export a PowerPoint presentation right out of this tool called Gamma.app. But I clicked on present, and now I click through it, and you can see it wrote a presentation, and now it's presenting it just like a regular slide deck, one by
And this
one.
is all
It also
editable.
can produce. Yes.
You may have mentioned this, but this is all editable. So if you don't like something, you can go in and not only edit it, but edit it with AI to say, oh, make this, X, Y, Z. It's not as much fun as slaving away over a completely blank PowerPoint deck, though, right?
Yes. And it will also add, like in this particular case, I just did a first draft. I didn't want to cheat for them, but you can easily add pictures. So it will synthetically build and create pictures. All right. It built this table. I didn't give it instructions to do that. It's so smart. It's just mind blowing. So, again, my theme to them is, I believe their generation is going to change the world, and I wanted to impress them. So, I'm going to kick this over, because that is a series, what we call stacking tools and stacking prompts. I'm going to demonstrate it one more time for you after Brad finishes going through his part of the presentation. Joe's got something he's going to show you, a brand new tool that was just released yesterday. Is that right, Joe?
That's right. Yeah. And it's made by Google. I can get into it really fast. Let me share my screen here. One sec. Boom. I don't think I have any sound. So there we go. All right. You should be able to see it here. So it's called Google Bids. Yeah. And I believe the only way to get a part of it. So this is an extension of Google's Gemini, which is another tool, one of those foundational tools we go to all the time. But it's AI powered video creation for work. Got a cool little demo video here. But what it is essentially in the background is very similar to Gamma in some ways, is you can create a brand new video I would actually
And just for people who don't know what Gamma, Gamma was the tool I was showing you that did the slideshow, and
correct.
Gemini is Google's version of AI.
Yes. Yeah. So Gemini.google.com will get you there. So search engine built by Google. It's pretty cool for giving you processes. So what Google just released literally yesterday, if you have, I believe it's the experimental features, you can actually get access. But just like Gamma, you give it a prompt, you can put it right inside of here. It has templates, and then really quickly, it will start producing an animated thing just like this. I'm gonna actually take my volume down. It's out of the gate, it gives you a starting point, but the thing here is you can go in and start to search stock media that is all royalty free directly from Google. You can have AI, you just start basically plugging in keywords. You could build this into a presentation similar to Gamma, change any of the text here. I'm not going to do that in the fly. Point is, Google now is integrating this into the workspaces you probably already have access to. So these tools are all over the place, and they're getting released all the time. Google Vids is pretty cool because you could use it for a whole bunch of things, promo videos, explainers, maybe a webinar, intro video, promo video for this. So definitely go check it out. I'll leave it there for now, but just to build on that creating phase that Brad, you were talking about, 5 buckets, is a pretty sweet tool to add to your arsenal.
Nice. All right, I'm going to take over screen sharing. And you just mentioned the 5 buckets. So we covered the 2 most popular ones, which are thinking and creating. If you only did these, you're going to be so far ahead, and most people will stop here. We are not most people. So the 3rd bucket is communicating. I think you guys can see this. Let me blow it up. Communicating. So who do you want to communicate to? Well, prospects. You want to turn them into customers. How do you want to communicate to customers? You want to do customer support. You want to do customer FAQ. And then with employees, you want to communicate with them as well. The 2 primary ways to do communication with AI, you can do this with email, but the ones that are the most exciting are chat bots and voice bots. We're all used to doing text messages and social media messages with our friends. One of the more exciting things is the ability to do voice bots, which is like 10 times better than push 1 for this, push 2 for this. Well, what can these do? Well, you can create both chat bots and voice bots to help set appointments. So somebody comes to your website, they start asking a handful of questions about you, and then it says, sounds like you'd be an amazing client for us, etc. Would you like to schedule an appointment? It integrates with your calendar, it sets it up for you, and it does it in a very natural language. But once more, this happens both with voice and chat. We build these for our clients, and it removes a ton of time, energy, and money spent with appointment setters who are inconsistent, and this just does the work of an entire team of people. FAQ bots, tell me about this, tell me about that. It can be customer service. Some of these bots can go into a customer's account, reach in, grab very specific information from your CRM, and give it back to your customers. Employee handbooks and SOP bots. The bigger the company is, the bigger the handbook is, and the harder it is to go say, what's the company policy on XYZ? Well, if you provide them a chat bot or a voice bot to go in and ask, what's the vacation policy around X, and it just tells them what they need when they need it, as well as what's the process to do this various task. Yes, they can go into like a company Wikipedia, if you would, but you can also just set it up as an SOP, and it just tells them exactly what they need when they need it. There's a lot of different ways to build communication tools. One of the ones that we really love is one that's called Delphi. Now, Joe, I can go ahead and push play, and if you want to talk over this as opposed to jumping back and forth.
Let's do it. So yeah, this tool here, think of communicating as 2-way now. So this tool, Delphi.ai, is a cloning tool. So just imagine all of the information you've already published. So it could be podcasts, videos, written text, books, whatever you have. It's basically your best work you're putting out. You can see in the video what that's doing, even on social media. It's slamming it all into this clone that you have for yourself. Brad's got one, I have one, Mike has one, Brian Tracy, here's Mike's right here. So you can now have this thing speak like you and reference your best published material, and it can sync up. If you have ongoing YouTube videos, podcasts, or whatever, emails, it will keep enriching this clone. You could use it for lead gen, for you can actually monetize through it. It's great for customer service. A lot of companies have already completely eliminated their customer service reps because this thing will speak better than them and reference material, give sources. You can see there's a call to action. You can lead people down a path. It's written form, voice, and then in 2 weeks, I was just on the call with the founder yesterday. There's a video avatar coming out. I actually just recorded my video avatar yesterday, footage. I can't share it yet, but in early August, you'll see it. This thing's game changer. So communicating, think of it as a new form of content that's being available.
Yeah, and you just go into more detail on this, like, they call it video calling too. So it's almost like you're making a FaceTime call. And I'm like, if I called Joe up to talk to, I could talk to his avatar, and while I'm watching the video clone of him talk to me as I'm asking questions. I mean, this stuff is getting pretty bonkers, and we are still in the very, very infant stages of it. But thanks, Joe. That was amazing.
Yeah.
This is one of our clients, Dr. Betty Murray. I'm going to see if I can click on this. How come it is not letting me?
Oh, that one's not a video testimonial. I'll play that later.
Okay,
I
looks
just
like
put
one.
it up.
Anyway, she said, I could do the work that would normally take me 3 or 4 months and several different consultants in a matter of hours with AI. This actually brings me to one of my favorite clients, is a big hotel and resort that I was working with, and I was working with the HR manager. And she said, I kind of want to do this. Like, I have to do this task. And she told me what it was. And it took me about 10 minutes to figure it out just using ChatGPT. And she looked up at me like with complete awe, saying, I spend a full week every single month doing nothing but this, and you did it in 10 minutes. She goes, you may have just saved me 12 weeks a year. And I followed up with her 3 months later, and it's true. I saved her 12 months, 12 weeks a year, 3 full months, simply by knowing what to talk to ChatGPT about. So, the use cases are really never ending. Now that takes me to my next bucket, what I think of as the unsung hero of AI, which is analyzing. Now, analyzing comes in 2 parts: data, or quantitative, and I guess text, or qualitative. So most of us think of doing analysis as, let's look at web traffic and buying patterns and finances, and let's upload Excel files and CSV files. Let's do predictive analytics. Now, if you are in a business that's doing data-driven decisions, and that can be such as looking at my Google Analytics and finding out which traffic source, which funnel pages, which like sites are getting the most traffic and what leads to the most sales, this can be really, really powerful. You can have it upload, customer purchase records and find trends in the data, seasonality trends. When somebody buys this, what else do they buy? In the past, you needed to hire an expensive data scientist. Now, like ChatGPT and other tools are your data scientist. And if you don't know what to ask it, I do this all the time. I'll upload a big file and I'll say, tell me what stories this data can tell me. This is my goal, is to be more efficient. You tell me what to look for, and then it does it for you. But it doesn't stop with data, because the qualitative analysis is amazing too. We'll take our clients' sales team and the transcripts from their recorded calls, and we'll upload it. We'll do sentiment analysis. We'll find, how are these people handling objections? What are some ways that it can improve on? And we'll upload, let's say, the top performing salespeople transcripts along with the lowest performing ones. We'll have it analyze and cross-reference and say, what are the lower performing salespeople doing or not doing that the high performing ones are? And then let's create like a corrective or a better script that they can follow that models what the top people are doing. That's just one example. The other day in my own personal business, I have a short-term rental in a foreign country, actually. And I was going back through my contract with my property manager, because they said, hey, we made some changes. Please read through the contract and tell us if you approve the changes. Well, they didn't tell me what changes they were. It kind of, got me a little bit irked. So I went to ChatGPT and I uploaded the old version and the new version. I said, find every instance of a change in here and tell me what I need to figure out. And it found out that they were like almost doubling my fees without trying to tell me. They were trying to slip that in under the radar. Well, I've got a new property manager now. I also had it analyze, their past performance. So I think analysis is one of the things that most people overlook, and it's one of the most powerful things to do as a business owner or a professional to get the best decisions you can. Now, I'm going to try to hit play on this, Joe. I think you said just to hit play, and it
Hold up
should.
one sec. Yeah, let me set this up before you hit play, though.
Yeah, please do.
All right. So for analyzing, like you said, Brad, you just gave a whole bunch of ways that all of us can use one of the tools, ChatGPT, Claude. Either of those are great for exactly what Brad was just saying. I love to use Claude a lot more these days, but they go back and forth. They're all so similar. But in some cases, you might be someone you have a custom application. So something I've worked on with a lot of our clients is actually developing a custom use case for a business. So this one here, Jordan Robertson, Dr. Jordan Robertson's on the right screen there. She just sent this up. We literally just wrapped up a custom AI tool that we developed in-house that uses her content and makes life a lot easier for her customers so she can sell more, charge more. And now she has a new product that she can actually take to market wider. So hit your space
We
bar,
worked
Brad.
with Mike and his team to build a custom AI that actually integrates in our content, reads our content, and is able to source, file the information for our members. So when they look something up, they can actually see where it is in our work for them and streamline their workflow so they see more value in what we do. Our primary promise for our members is that we save them time, and the integration of this new search tool has made it so efficient for them to use our product. It has helped our member retention and has also made it an easier sell for us, since this is our #1 promise. Seamlessly, it was an amazing experience working with them, and I was amazed at how fast we were able to integrate their ideas into our system to be able to sell it to our members.
Not bad.
So what you're looking at right here on this part is kind of like our version of ChatGPT, but the database is her members area that has literally millions of pieces of content, written form. You know, there's all this text, there's videos, audios, podcasts, and basically now she has her clients that can easily ask a question, pull out what they need, have a reference, and then they look like rock stars. So this is just one way to analyze a whole bank of content that exists. This is another client of ours, Pantheon Investments. It's Dave Wolcott. You'll see him in a moment here. And he came to us because he advises people on their wealth strategy, alternative wealth strategy, and investments. So we created this tool right here that helps analyze people's situations, where they're at right now. They used to use spreadsheets for all this stuff. It was ugly, messy. And now you can quickly do this dynamically. You can see it right here. And there's AI actually built in. You'll see he does this holistic approach with his investing. So we created this AI chatbot that helps people basically figure out what their goals are for their wealth strategies. So this ties into this bigger app that we, again, built in house here. This is all a totally custom build. And within about 6 weeks for both of these projects, you've seen Jordan's as well, these are now fully running, and users can start using them. This one is rolling out to a mastermind, but then soon to be a whole SaaS program that becomes a new product. So again, it's solving for the internal problem. It's something that Mike talks about with the different mindsets, millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire. And now it's expanding out from just the business. So another analysis opportunity here.
Thanks, Joe.
It's a
That's
great example. One thing I wanted to just say is it wasn't long ago when, and the reason we wanted to show you these two examples before Brad goes on to the automation bucket is something like that used to take about 6 months and 10 people, and now can be done in a couple of days or weeks with a very small team of usually a couple people. So that's part of what AI has done is once you go down the rabbit hole a little bit and you get past the basic prompts, your entire universe just opens up to you. That's what's so beautiful about this. What excites me so much every day is how much bigger your world gets and your ability to create and get more done. And as soon as Brad's going to show you a really cool automation trick, and then we're going to connect and tie all these together. I'm going to show you how we do all this together in one place. So go for it, Brad.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, so that brings us to the fifth bucket. We have thinking, creating, communicating, analyzing, and automating. Now, a lot of people are familiar with automation at one level or another. You know, if this happens, then do that, right? This is where we connect SaaS tools like your CRM with Facebook, with, you know, Word, with whatever. And we take repetitive tasks and we let the robots do them. The official industry term for this is called robotic process automation. And it really gets powerful when you have AI powered automation, where the things that are happening behind the scenes are utilizing AI, such as when this trigger happens, go into OpenAI and run this prompt and then analyze this, create this, come over here, you know, and we're starting to use it to think, create, communicate, analyze all at the exact same time and in different combinations. So some of you are familiar with tools like Zapier.com and Make.com, which have been around for a long time. It allows you to do if this, then that. But now we've got the ability to, you know, add AI to it. So for instance, we've built a tool, so a chatbot called Digital Cafe that will allow, you know, you come in and interact with it, you answer a handful of questions, give it your email. Behind the scenes, it's automatically going out using big data to enrich the contact record, to go to your LinkedIn profile, to read it, to come back, condense it, to create lead scores with it, and then create automatic personalized follow-ups with you at a level that would be completely impossible without both AI and automation. You can do automatic newsletter creation using both AI along with these automation tools, marketing automation, social posting. The limit is quite literally your imagination. I mean, Zapier by itself connects with, I think, 6,000 different software programs. You only have to go through and think, well, what do I want to do? And what are the steps I'm already doing manually? And then if we can introduce automation and AI to this, how much more time can we save? So the automation bucket really rounds out the entire thing. And one of our use cases here, Mike, do you want to take over? Do you want me to just hit the play button?
Hit the play button. I'll talk over it.
Or
It's
this
pretty
is Joe.
brief.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So hit that play button. What I'm showing here is a tool called Opus.pro. And what you're also seeing, so this part, it's focusing on the automated way to post videos that Opus helps you create. So we kind of skipped over. This is the first time we're showing Opus, but what it does is it trims down longer videos, puts captions, makes them look great with the use of AI, pulls out the best of clips, reels, whatever shape you want. And what you're looking at here is now how to take that and post it on social channels. You can use a calendar and schedule this stuff out so it becomes automated. It's actually writing the descriptions for you as well, all inside of this Opus Pro tool. So I know one of the most common questions, we were looking at all of your responses when you registered for the webinar. Thank you for that info. One of the very top things was social posting. So that's why I wanted to put this use case in there to show how easily it's done. Opus Pro is just one example, but you can see this is the calendar. You could stack these things out and essentially automate your content creation, your media, and be seen everywhere. So long story short, that's what I got there. Yeah.
Yeah. What I love about it is you could take, like, let's say you've got a hour-long video. We could take this webinar, put it into Opus, and it will automatically transcribe and find the most frequently searched for concepts or ideas. It'll edit out and create like 1-minute clips and put subtitles under them. So it means for you, you can take any content you have, any video you have, and it will edit it. It'll write the posts, schedule the posts, and post for you. It's totally automated. It is one of the most effective automated tools, and it's cheap as hell also. So really, really cool. Yeah. Lee says, oh man. And that is exactly right. This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, this is really, really good. You know, I'm not going to demonstrate this, but I set up a really basic automation to demonstrate this the other day, where I set up just a Google sheet and I said, if I come up with a quote or see one online that I like, and I just enter in the quote in this Google sheet, because, you know, a lot of us see some cool quotes. I set it up so that anytime I enter that quote in, automatically Zapier goes behind the scenes and it takes that quote and it sends it to ChatGPT, and it runs a prompt that I created to create like a 500-word social media post using a story and angles, and like take that as the seed and then create a really thoughtful, thought-provoking social media post, and then automatically post it to like my Facebook page if I want. But it just shows you how just the seed of an idea, go over here, do this, run this, create a post, come over here and post it. Like the littlest things can make a big difference, especially those things compound and they add up to saving days of time so that you can focus on what really matters. Speaking of that, let's tie this up. 5-bucket framework. Hopefully you guys like the simplification of this, but how do you use these buckets without wasting time or money? Well, it's fairly simple. Audit right now the critical time and money you're spending on each bucket. Where do I spend the most time thinking, researching, brainstorming? Okay, and then where do I spend what do I spend the most time creating, or does my team do? How are we communicating? Where are the gaps in our communication? Are we only communicating during business hours and we'd love to communicate 24/7 with an automated bot? Awesome. Is our customer support like a nightmare? Great. Write these things down. Audit the time and energy you spend in each. You may only come up with 3 things. Congratulations. You may come up with 30. Then you want to start to say, like, wouldn't it be cool if like I could do this, or this could be done automatically? Many times it can. Then you want to prioritize the needle movers. You want to list them out and rank them by the level of impact they'll have if they are accomplished, and ideally by the ease at which you can accomplish them. This is how you get like 30 potential ideas down to like 5 needle movers. Then you monitor the savings of time and money, and you repeat the process on an ongoing basis. If you see a new wingding tool that's really novel and kind of cool, but you're like, I don't know if this really fits any of my buckets, then ignore it, because we are not here to AIify everything in your life. We're here to AIify the things that matter so you can get your life back. Now, Mike, I'm going to send this over to you because you have a really cool demonstration about how to combine all of these. But hopefully everybody liked my little 5-bucket framework and can see how you can use it.
Let's give him a big hand. Awesome. Great job, Brad. Yay!
I love validation.
All right. And remember, we'll follow up with the notes. So if you haven't scanned that code, make sure you get inside the WhatsApp group, because we'll get you the notes and the transcript and the links. Now, I'm going to combine all these now. And just to set this up for you, I've been in strategic coach for 12 years, and I do a podcast with Dan Sullivan. Are you familiar with Dan Sullivan? Anyone? He's 80 years old. He's a freaking genius. He's like a best friend, brother, father, grandfather, mentor, all rolled in one for me. Yes, I see a lot of yeses. Just a genius. Most productive 80-year-old man you'll ever meet. Now, I'm in a group called Free Zone with him, and we were doing an exercise. So if you're familiar with Dan's work, he has a trademarked, registered concept called unique ability. It's basically what your superpower is. Now mine, if you see that number, that's my Kolbe score, 3195. And what Dan says about me is he describes me as a practical futurist who creates prosperity for others. So my unique ability is a quick start, collaborative innovator and superpower accelerator who creates next act businesses and platforms in 3 days, ready to market, integrating the latest next level tech and automation to achieve entrepreneurial profitability fastest with automation. That's a long or a terse way of basically saying I'm good at tech and marketing. Now, what happened was there were 2 other guys in our group. So we had a whole group of people. We all took our unique abilities. We wrote them down. Now, what Dan had everyone do is say, go out in groups, and I want you to brainstorm some business idea or intellectual concept that you could market and build into a business or turn it into IP that could be patented. So everyone went around and they did that manually. Well, I decided I was going to AIify it. So here's what I did. I took the 3 people in my group and I created this prompt. By the way, this prompt is in the guide that we're putting in the WhatsApp group. So, and the unique ID was my Kolbe score. Is that what you asked, Brad? Or was that something else? Oh, that's something else. Okay, sorry.
Juan Esteban.
So here's the prompt.
Unique ID, but I don't know what.
No problem. I got it. David, Brian, and Mike want to combine their unique abilities, capabilities, skills, experience, knowledge, and wisdom to create a perfect fit business collaboration for maximum results, impact, and income. Review our unique abilities and Kolbe personality profiles and generate 10 interesting, unique collaborations and opportunities that maximize the potential future value of our combined IP. I'm showing this for a couple of reasons, because I fed that into ChatGPT, okay, press the enter button, and it basically produced 10 different unique ideas. Okay. Now, if I had to do that manually, or if you had to do that manually, just imagine sitting down with 3 other entrepreneurs or combining your team members and coming up with 10 business ideas that could take hours, right? Even if you're brainstorming and you're geniuses. So it came up with some pretty good ideas. And then there's another tool, you've heard of Claude. There's another one called Perplexity, which, by the way, is a better than Google alternative, but I did the exact same thing. I put in the prompt, okay? And it came up with 10 more ideas. And all of them are pretty good. They're pretty good. But I'm going to show you another tool right now, and this is a big concept. We call it stacking apps, okay? There's prompt stacking and there's stacking apps. So imagine right now if you could get 6 IQ genius level individuals to work for you for less than $100 a month, giving you ideas. So I took the same prompt and I put it into a tool called chathub.gg. There's another tool that's just like it called Poe. So what you're looking at right now is there are 6 AIs doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. And if you ask me, if you could have 6 geniuses working for you, giving you ideas and advice, or just one, what would you pick? I'd pick the 6 any day, right? Okay. So this thing, OpenAI is running, Gemini, which is Google, Claude, which is another one. There's Bing, which is Microsoft, Perplexity, and then there's one called Grok. All of them simultaneously. Now I'm going to show you one thing. Pay attention to Grok in the bottom right. So I put in the prompt, I pressed enter, and watch what happens. Boom. Grok finished in less than 2 seconds. Fastest AI out there right now. It might not be the best, but again, I got all these different ideas. So I got 10 ideas from 6 different AIs. And then the human brain is great at making decisions and knowing what's BS and what's good. We're good at looking at stuff and differentiating, even if we don't know much about it. So I said, synthesize these results and give me a list of the top 10. So I basically said, take the 60, turn them into 10, and then we put all those into a Google Doc. Now, mind you, I'm doing this all in real time, making this up in about 20 minutes with 2 other guys. And then what I said to him is I said, let's scroll through all the results and pick the top 3 that we think are the best and rate them. Okay. So remember, one of the guys is a dental business expert. Another guy is a banker. And then the marketing guy, me. So these are the 3 ideas. And I took these 3 ideas, just copied these along with this prompt, combine the following business ideas and write a 2-minute script that is engaging, entertaining, visual, evocative, exciting, and visceral that will make a prospect take action and buy whatever it is without sounding salesy. Okay. So I put that into ChatHub again because I got 6 scripts in real time. Now, again, if I had to think about how long this would take you, if you had to come up with the ideas, come up with the best ones, put them all together, write a script, how long would it take you? How much time would it take you? Okay. So then I took the result and I pasted it into InVideo just like I did for the kids, told it to write a script, make me a video. Now I want you to know all I wanted is a first draft. I don't care about a final. We want to get past the blank page, get past the procrastination phase, get past the I don't know how to do it phase. So know that this model I'm showing you right now could be used to invent a business, create a marketing plan, create a video, and get a first draft and even a presentation ready in under an hour. And you don't have to be a genius, and it's using almost free tools. So basically this thing produced and came up with the name of a business called Smile Bank. Now I'm going to show this to you right now and know that this is a first draft. It's not perfect, okay? But I want you to just type into chat, how long and how much would this take if you had to do it by hand the old-fashioned way? Okay? So I'm going to play it for you right now, and then I'm going to show you how we create a brand on top of that too, and some theme music. So here goes. This is Smile Bank.
Ever wondered why affordable dental care seems as elusive as a winning lottery ticket? Well, it doesn't have to be. Enter Smile Bank, a groundbreaking solution designed to eradicate the hurdles of cost and access in dental care. At its core, Smile Bank is a software-as-a-service platform and application that integrates the convenience of telehealth dentistry with the practicality of provider and service matchmaking. Smile Bank also incorporates financial services and patient financing, creating a holistic solution designed for underserved communities. Smile Bank goes beyond the traditional dental insurance industry, offering a tech-driven alternative that directly impacts consumer costs and improves access to quality dental care. It's not just about making a dentist appointment, it's about making dental care accessible and affordable. Smile Bank's business model is as unique as it is innovative. It uses data analysis to identify the most profitable procedures, and then it matches providers accordingly. Smile Bank creates a combination of loans and matches dental foundations to provide services based on need. It's a comprehensive solution, from the first consultation to the final payment. But what does all this mean for you? It means no more stressing about high costs, no more worrying about access to quality care, and no more putting off necessary procedures. Need it at a price you can afford. It's a revolution in dental care. It's about making a difference, one smile at a time. Try Smile Bank today, because everyone deserves a reason to smile.
Okay, not perfect, right? But not bad for a couple minutes. I'm going to show you just a couple other things. I just put in a prompt into a tool called Suno. This writes music. So I put in there, Smile Bank, make your dream smiles come true. Press the button, and this thing composes, synthesizes, and makes songs in about 30 seconds. So here's draft one, and I told it country, western, modern.
Got a pocket full of dreams, let me show you what it means. Smile Bank's the name, we're here to make it rain. With every joy you seek, we'll deposit.
Not too bad, right? Well, then I said, let's make a 1970s rock anthem style. Now, we could have done rap, we could have done anything. I made a different song for the kids 2 weeks ago, but here's the second tune.
We're here to make the world bright, spreading joy from morning to night. With every...
So my intention is to at least start a conversation and get someone excited and create the momentum. And that's a big part of what we've been doing in our business is we literally are creating and launching businesses now in 3 days, what normally takes most people 6 months or never gets done with the power of AI. So I'll show you one more tool. This is called Looka. This is a logo and branding toolkit. So all I did is I went in, pasted in the name of the business, and it built all these prototypes, t-shirts, posters, flyers. This thing's under $100 a year. All right. So there you can see it creates business cards. So again, the whole idea of how quickly can you get the first draft done? How quickly can you incorporate this and excite your teams to use it? And most of our clients are saying they can do the work of a team of 3 in 3 weeks, in 3 days, and in some cases 3 hours. So I'm going to give you one more big idea before I show you one of our core tools that ties all these together and make it work. I'll also talk a little bit about how we can work together. So I like to say we got Samuel L. Jackson. I have a rule. I try not to swear on stage, but we have Samuel L. Jackson to tell you a big idea. It's called FAFO. Does anyone know what FAFO means? This is a writer downer. This is the secret to how you use AI to get results.
What does FAFO mean? Mike shouldn't be swearing on stage, but no one told me I couldn't. Fuck around and find out. You aren't going to lose a job to AI, but you will to someone using it.
All right. Thank you, Samuel L. Jackson. No, that really wasn't him. But back to the core ideas here. If we roll all this together, big part of using AI is just knowing what tools to use and when. It's using Brad's 5-bucket framework. It's knowing what and when. And I truly believe that AI can make you 10 times more effective. You can do things faster, cheaper, better. And if you're not doing it, your competitor will. But it's very reasonable to increase your profitability significantly, increase your revenue, and increase your productivity, because you can just get a lot more done faster and get past the first draft. So one of our core tools that we've been building and using, so when Joe or Brad or anyone else on our team has worked with founders, everyone usually comes to us with the same challenges, which is, how do I get our social media out there? How do I clone myself? How do I figure out my perfect client? How do I create SOPs? How do I build brands? How do I create training programs? We've taken all those and built what we call playbooks. They are effectively copy-paste prompts and tools that you just follow. It's like copy a prompt, paste it in, follow, and get a result. So for example, this is one of our clients that we built one of the prompts for, and it wrote 52 weeks of autoresponders in 2 hours. So for them, it was going to cost them about $150,000 for 2 extra copywriters a year. And now they're able to get this done with effectively an executive assistant who doesn't have to be a copywriter, because we were able to train it so quickly. So I'm going to summarize this, and I'm going to show you our process for working together and how we tie all this together. So I think the first one is, know that AI is your ultimate superpower accelerator. It's a perfect creative who. It's a first draft partner. It's always awake and available. It doesn't take anything personally. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't complain. It doesn't ask for a raise or vacation. And it can create and finish projects faster than you can delegate or describe what you need to a human. So I think the key is, first of all, as a founder, you want to be using this, but also you want your teams to be using it too. So what I want to show you right now is our system. This is called the AI Accelerator. This is our system that we've built. It's a cohort-based training. Our next one starts this coming Wednesday. Joe and Brad are leading it. So if you've seen what they've done here with you, it means going through each of these processes step by step. And I'm going to go through what each of the elements are. I'll answer all your questions and show you we've implemented and done AI now for just about every business type you can imagine. For number one, increasing revenue, boosting your income and sales, which I know you're here for. Creating and growing your audience. It's how to create attention-getting content, courses, books, automations. How to nurture and convert leads into sales, and that's automating your email, social, conversion systems, but also building AI-enhanced teams. And I'll just flat out say, I can't think of a business it won't work for. AI can help you no matter what business or industry or what language you speak. So the way it's delivered is it's online, live, and recorded for a quarter. The next one starts next Wednesday, July 24th. They are weekly workshops that are live and recorded, and they alternate between full-on training, step-by-step, using these tools, and then doing Ask Me Anything and hot seats. So basically, Joe and Brad answer any questions you have. And then there's a WhatsApp support group and community. I can't tell you how important this is, because this is where people connect, they communicate, you're learning at the same pace. And again, it doesn't matter where you're entering in. No one's too stupid or no one's too smart. We cover all the 5 buckets in the training. So
yeah, in fact, Mike, like I just wanted to
Yes.
jump in on this.
Yes, sir.
I've structured the training so that we go through these in order, because I also believe that the order which we talked about it is the order in which you will tend to use it and evolve the most. So instead of just randomly talking about a bunch of different things with AI, we walk through each bucket. Like each bucket has about 2 weeks really devoted to it. And we're going to go through various projects in those, the playbooks, tools you'll want to go through, workflows. And it's structured in a way that it makes learning it, retaining it, and filtering out all the noise insanely easy.
Yes. And also know that AI is changing all the time. Carla said, I was in the first group last summer. It's all been updated. And the answer is yes. So part of what you get is you're going to get the most recent version. So you're going to get recordings of our most recent session, and you get the next one as well. So we go through, again, to most people say, look, first of all, just help me make more money. So it's like, how are you going to optimize your marketing, get higher quality customers, cover your market niche, make sure your message resonates. We all struggle with writing copy. Okay. How are we going to increase our prices? How are we going to attract better customers? How are we going to create great content or presentations that communicates? And you saw an example of what we did today. This is step-by-step ABC. You don't have to be a tech nerd for this to work for you, because we make it copy paste easy. So again, it's creating the copy, creating the content, and then we focus on sales, growth, and teams. So how are you going to drive up enrollments and improve your sales conversions? How are you going to use it either to create a virtual team or to augment the teams you have? I've never met a team who can't be improved with AI, right? And then also, how are you going to communicate and create deeper, more meaningful relationships with your customers? And then creating blueprints. Most people, myself included, we always can improve our SOPs and our processes, and AI can help that. And then the next one is, a lot of people say, hey, look, I want to improve my personal brand. I want to create another brand. I want to create another business. I want to write books. So we've got a whole segment that writes books for you as well. Another one for turning your wisdom and knowledge into knowledge bots to do your customer service and your customer support. And also, how are you going to use it to get more attention with more podcasts and more social? So this has been built from the ground up for you. It's been built for us, and it's gone through multiple iterations. Now, we already have 18 step-by-step playbooks that you have access to immediately, along with the training. So again, you could start today, get inside the program, and go through and digest it as quickly as you want, and use whichever one of the playbooks are going to give you the most impact and help you generate the most money. So there's a membership site. You get the workshops. There's 4 per month. You get mentorship QA. You get the support network. You get all my books. You get the Ask Me Anythings, which are live trainings. We've got directories, playbooks, also gear guides. We've got a bunch of great bonuses for you. So I'm going to go through what you get step by step. So one of them is you get an onboarding strategy session. Joe or Aaron will meet with you, and this is a big deal. I can't tell you how important this is. We get to know you. We actually invest ourselves in you, and that's why we limit the size of these trainings. But you're going to get a one-on-one conversation. We're going to learn about you, your business, your needs, and help point you in the right direction. But that also helps shape the content that we create, because every cohort is a little different. You get immediate access to the membership site, including recordings to the last session, as I told you. You get all of the playbooks. Now, many of these playbooks, some people have invested $15,000 with us to automate their businesses that got turned into these playbooks. You're literally getting access to tens of thousands of dollars worth of IP that can be used right now. You also get a recorded session. We did a bonus at Joe Polish's Genius Network a couple months ago. You'll get a recording of that, which is some additional content, step-by-step hands-on, including someone from Delphi. That's the clone maker. You get my 10X Multiplier Blueprint, which is one of my products and courses that'll help you build a brand. Another one called the Reinvention Masterclass. It's another in-depth program that originally sold for $10,000 on elevating your business and your brand and your products. You get our sales training program, my gear guide with all the equipment that we use in our studio, and then all of my current books. And we've got a single pay or a 3 pay. But if you combine all these together, when we do one-on-one sessions with our clients, the typical investment is $15,000. What our clients are telling us after they go through this program is just after going through the first session, usually they get their investment back immediately, plus the additional support they have. So we're going to put
I'll chime
links
in on that
in
real
chat
quick,
right now. Yes, go ahead.
That first session is going to be foundational. One of the strengths we've got, especially that I love to focus on, is creating a few frameworks and mental models. And I don't want to call them cheats or hacks because they're not, but it's some foundational stuff that will make absolutely everything else in the other 11 weeks go 10 times smoother. So that if you only did the very first one, you're going to walk away with your own Iron Man suit going, wow, I didn't know it could be this easy. I have taken people from 0 to transformative in that single session in the past, and then everything else is additive. And then it's just like, I cannot compel you enough the fact that this does not take 12 weeks to master. It'll take 1 week to get amazing, and then the next 12 are just going to be icing on the cake.
True that. And I do want to show you a sense of some of the people who've gone through the program, because I know we're talking about us and spending a little over an hour to get to know, like, and trust us, I know can be a leap. So I want to just give you an idea of some of the other people who are in here, so you'll get to meet some of the clients and customers we work with and how invested we get in their success. So this is Tim Kahn. He's been through the program. These are very brief, but I think he's very representative of one of our
Hey, my name
members.
is Tim Kahn. I'm shooting this video about the AI Accelerator to share with you the experience that I've had with it so far. I hate to use the word game changer, but it has truly been a game changer. There are things that we've been able to incorporate and utilize in just the first few weeks that we would have never imagined being able to do on our own without using the technologies that have been introduced to us. I highly recommend the Accelerator program because it has helped our business jumpstart into the world of AI, and I'm confident that it can do the same for you. The number one reason I almost didn't join the AI Accelerator program was I didn't know if I would have enough time to commit to going through the process and then taking all the things that I learned and utilizing them in my company. The number one benefit that I've received from the AI Accelerator program is implementing new concepts, new ideas that I had no idea existed, and I really feel that it's going to be a great benefit to our company. The thing I really thought I was buying was a program that I could learn about, but what I really got was a full training program that I was able to implement every step of the way.
That's number one. And then this is Dr. Betsy Greenleaf.
If you're sitting on the fence, I recommend just jump. Just do it, because everything that you're going to be learning in the AI Accelerator, you can start using right away, and any money that you put out for this course, you will make it back tenfold just from even the first day of being in class because of skills that you'll learn from this course. So the thing I thought I was buying with the AI Accelerator was just another course. But what I got out of this accelerator was so much more. It was this high-level mastermind, business coach, a human resources consultant, a marketing consultant, wrapping up and sticking them all right in my pocket. The availability 24/7 through our WhatsApp, and then also being able to put us together with the other people in the program so that we're able to mastermind and work out problems together. It's been absolutely amazing. I know I've been there when you have a course in front of you that sounds interesting and your brain starts playing that doubt game where you're like, oh, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. Is this really going to help me? And I have to say, stop listening to those negative messages in your mind, because I can tell you right here and right now, you have the time, you have the money, and your business and your success absolutely needs this. So don't hesitate, join today, because it will pay out tenfold.
And I have just one more that I think is very representative, and this is Robin.
About 4 weeks ago, we were struggling in our business. to move tasks along that had been stuck for a long time because the energy and the effort, we were so busy doing other things that these tasks or these projects didn't move along. And I needed to figure out a way to push these forward, get them going, or kill them, honestly. So after working with the AI Accelerator team, I have gained a bunch of hours back for myself that I've been able to reinvest in myself and my family and for my team. I would call those revenue generating hours that I've been able to get back. I highly recommend working with Mike and his team because you will get practical, actionable items to move forward. It's just going to push you so far ahead than you trying to do it on your own. Get somebody behind you that knows the path, and you'll get there so much faster. The number one reason I was not thinking of joining the AI Accelerator was because I didn't think it would pertain to myself or my team in the supermarket business. However, I've come to realize that definitely we're already getting benefits of joining the program and applying a lot of the tools that we've been learning. The number one benefit that I have seen for myself and for my team has been freeing up our time from doing mundane tasks that nobody really wants to do, and them being able to level up and take on bigger challenges. If you're sitting on the fence, please jump off and get with the AI Accelerator. You'll definitely see results right away. It's very action-based and you'll get the results. So I knew the AI Accelerator was for me was when an opportunity opened up to jump into a hot seat, and immediately the AI Accelerator team and all the people in the cohort were helping me in developing a process using AI and ChatGPT to better our business. And immediately we took that into action, got the recordings, got all the backup material, and it's helping us every day. The thing that I thought I was buying or getting into with the AI Accelerator was more lecture-based theory, showing some examples, so on and so forth. But what I really got is the way I like to learn and the way I like to do things is jumping right in and getting to it. And the way the process works is using real live issues or problems and getting the tools and the training on how to use those tools for our own benefit. And the cohort is very beneficial because they have their own ideas that even pushes you further. You're thinking even further. These folks inside of Mike Koenigs' team, they're exceptional. They are beyond knowledgeable in what and how they teach. They, speaking in layman's terms for us newbies that really don't know all the jargon or all the terms, they keep it simple and keeps our confidence growing as we learn the different tools.
Mike, you're on mute.
You're mute, Mike.
Mute.
You're muted, Mike. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I just wanted to share those because I think they're representative of the kind of people. And sometimes we can't communicate exactly what someone else's experience is. And I wanted to give Joe and Brad a chance to add something I may have forgotten. Also, if you have a specific question that you want answered, raise your hand virtually and we'll call on you. We'll bring you on live to answer any questions. I know one of the questions was, when do you start? The next cohort begins on Wednesday of next week. If you're not there live, it's totally okay. Everything is recorded and transcribed and followed up with you. And you've got availability through the chat support as well through WhatsApp, which that alone is worth the investment in this, just to get the feedback and the community reaction and responses. That's what some people say. It's sort of like that alone has been worth it. And also, once you've gone through the program, we do have an extension available, so you'd be able to join our upcoming cohorts later on as well. So Brad, Joe, what should I have asked or said that I didn't, that I know you've got some big ideas. And then again, if you've got a big idea and you want to raise your hand, we'll call on you and bring you on to answer your questions.
Cool. I'll kick it off here and reiterate actually something you said at the very beginning, Mike, is empowering team, but AI is a team game, you know, and this shouldn't be like a siloed thing that you hoard all this information and these new superpowers. Spread it to your team. And that's what we'll do in this cohort, is to empower not only you in the way to think and use these tools and workflows and start stacking tools, but how you can empower your you know, EAs, your marketing folks on your team, if you're not that, or the other, anyone in power, or I mean, honestly, anyone with hands and a voice and who's living should know how to use AI. So this course is going to be made for you. Every week will change, because Brad and I are working tightly together with the whole team to literally curate the best stuff just in time for you. So it's not a pre-done thing years ago or whatever. Like this is made on the fly for you. That's why also the onboarding, once you join cohort, you'll be able to book a time with me, and like I said, get to know you, be recording that, mapping out all the things that you're looking for, pass it over to Brad and the crew to make sure that you get it delivered, and everybody else will as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'll just dovetail on that. I mean, this is, you know, your choices are easy. You can FAFO. You can figure this out by effing around and finding out on your own. You do not need this. But if you're looking to learn this stuff from a really high tech, deep programming, technical, nerdy way, we are not the ones for you. If you're looking to learn how to compress time and the effort needed to just go, oh, this is how you do it. This is how you think about it. This is how you learn what I call the Mac model, or the Hollywood director model, or the 5 steps to perfect prompts, and utilize that for everything else with a pure focus on business-driven outcomes, as opposed to, oh, this is cool tech, then I think that we're probably one of the only people out there who is teaching specifically for this, and not just AI for AI's sake. We work with people individually, one-on-one, occasionally, and we solve some really complex problems, and we do it in some really simple ways. And the benefits of being in the AI Accelerator group program is, you know, if Joe or myself or Mike solves a really cool problem, we're going to come and we're going to show off to you, and you're going to get the benefit of that as well. So you just have to kind of ask yourself, do I want to FAFO, which you should be doing anyway, or do you want to work with us to help you do it a lot faster?
Yeah, I think that, and there's, you know, it seems cliche to say it, but it's absolutely true, which is, what's the cost of not taking action? And I have watched a lot of people spin their wheels and spend a lot of time and a lot of money and get nowhere. And what you have the benefit of with Brad and Joe especially is they are in the weeds. They're in the dirt. They're solving problems. We are building custom applications, custom code, consulting and advising one-on-one with businesses, and building businesses right now. I don't know anyone who's doing more real stuff. You know, I'm happy to say we are not professional trainer educators. We are entrepreneurs who use AI to make money and grow and scale businesses. And we just happen to love to teach and train also. And they're really, really effective at it. I also wanted to just check in with Aaron, because you've onboarded a lot of people. You've talked to a lot of business owner founders. You've watched people go through the program. Is there anything that we didn't say that we should have?
Well, I mean, everyone on here, I'm sure, has a question. It's going to come to you as soon as you jump off the webinar. The best thing I can say is book a call with me. I'll actually put a link in chat. When that question comes up, I'm happy to go through, figure out exactly how this program is going to apply to your business too. So, honestly, this is one of the best programs I've seen, and everyone that has been on the fence that we've enrolled, several of those people that left testimonials were not entirely sure that this was for them, and they are so happy that they jumped in. So definitely happy to have a chat and see how this fits for you.
Yeah, definitely. I think that classic question of, is it easy? Does it work? Will it work for me and my business? As long as you're willing to be coachable, show up, and you can copy and paste, you can get something out of this. And if you're curious and you want to learn a skill that's going to dramatically increase your ability to communicate, get attention, elevate your value and your brand's value, this is for you. And we're here to make sure it's successful.
And if you're here, it's because you're either on my list or you're a friend with one of our partners, which means you're almost for sure qualified to join this program. And we'll be the first one to let you know if you're not. And if you're not positive, like Aaron said, schedule a conversation with him. He'll make the time to speak with you, alleviate any challenges or objections you may happen to have. And remember, you've got the 3-pay program as well. So with that, I'll just one more time, just go through all the deliverables, everything that you're going to receive. And if you have any other questions, raise your hand. We'll call on you. Otherwise, we'll get going. Thank you, Mary Lou, for spending some time with us. And this is a summary of everything that you're going to get. So one of them is you get that one-on-one onboarding with Joe right away. That in itself is such a good value. You get access to the membership site, which means access to the last cohort and all the playbooks. Those alone are such a massive value because it will help you write, whether it's books, SOPs, marketing content, replicating you and your voice, replacing a copywriter, creating guides and manuals and products. You get the Genius Network graduation event, which is an immersive video series that we did at Genius Network with Joe Polish. You get my 10X multiplier blueprint. That is my system and my tool that we use. It's actually my $150,000 program that we do one-on-one as a product. A reinvention masterclass, which is how to reinvent yourself, build a new business and brand around your unique superpower. You get our sales training system and money phone. This is our system that we use for enrollments and sales and closing. You get my gear guide. So if you want to know, hey, what kind of equipment should I be using so I look and sound amazing? This is it. You get my current latest best-selling books, Your Next Act, Referral Party, Punch the Elephant, Missing a T, and also AI Accelerator if you don't have that. And again, we've got a multi-pay option. The course begins, the cohort begins on Wednesday. This is the best value, the best deal you're ever going to get on this program. And everyone that's gone through the program that we know of has gotten results. The number of people who show up is phenomenal. In all the programs I've done in over 20 years, we've had the highest number of people attending the live trainings out of all of them. So it's because it's exciting, it's valuable, and it's useful, and it will work for you.
Well, and it's also instant. It's also instant results. Like, how many of us have been through an online training program to learn to build a business, learn to do this, learn to do that? And, you know, you have to learn it and think about it and then go apply it and take a lot of steps, right? Like learning 90% of the stuff that you can learn, you do not get absolute instantaneous results. Sometimes you'll get the exact results on the call while you're copying and pasting prompts that we give you. So not only get this epiphany that, oh, that's how you say it or ask for it, etc., but you'll actually get exactly what you want on the call while we're doing it. There's something I personally love about instant gratification. It's that instant gratification monkey that's just like, give it to me now, give it to me now. There's not many other things out there like this that you don't have to wait like 6 months down the road in order to see the fruits of your labor.
Well, do you want to FAFO in a silo by yourself, or do you want to FAFO together? Because let's be honest, you know the answer.
All right. Yes, I like where you're going with that, sir. All right. Well, let's bring this home. I see John Ty here, Nabi, Mark, Karen, Don, Tony. Thanks for spending time with us. It's so nice to see you. And you'll see a follow-up come in from us with everything that we promised. And again, get inside this thing. It is such a great program. Out of all the things we did, I told myself I'd never do information products and training again. And I did it again because so many people asked for it, and I couldn't say no to Tony Robbins, Peter Diamandis, Joe Polish, or Dan Sullivan, or JJ Virgin when they said, make an AI program. So we did. So with that, I want to just give a big shout out to the team here, Joe, Brad, Aaron, Lori. I should have started with Lori, ladies first. I meant to start out with Lori. Thank you. And team, why don't we wrap this up and let's meet in like 5 minutes and do a wind up, okay?